All right, I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett here at ABC24 News in Memphis. We have a lot of active weather to talk about, not only for the next couple of days, but for the next couple of weeks as well. So I thought I'd hop on live and talk about things for a second. Right now, 8:40 on this Friday morning, but this will also be pre-recorded and playing throughout this weekend on ABC24+. So whether you're watching live or you're watching a little bit later on the replay, thank you for joining us. This is going to be a little bit more in-depth than the weather forecast you might see on TV. The cool thing about streaming and digital is we can kind of just sit down and talk in depth about what the weather is going to be like for the next couple of days. And there is a lot of interesting weather to talk about. So we're just going to kind of take it slow and talk about this crazy forecast here for the next couple of days. So let's get started with your weekend forecast, because that's really where things are going to start to change here for Memphis. As far as Saturday goes, things are pretty quiet. We're talking about sunshine for your Saturday. Your high temperature right around 46 degrees, but it'll be Sunday where things really start to change. That's when we're going to have our next storm system approach, and that is when things will take a turn. Showers and storms likely throughout the day on Sunday. Some of those could be heavy with some thunder and lightning, and then once the storms clear out Sunday, our temperatures are going to take a big drop. So let's talk about what we're tracking. This is kind of what the forecast looks like here. We're watching a low pressure system back in Oklahoma and Texas. We have that cold front with it too. So what's going to happen is that low pressure system picks up some moisture, and it is going to grow through the day Saturday. That's when it approaches the mid-south. So through the day Sunday, that's when the rain will pick up. Showers and storms likely throughout the day Sunday and into Sunday afternoon and evening. And the latest data says that some of these storms on Sunday evening could be a little stronger. It looks like we're going to have a line of thunderstorms that rolls through that could produce some heavy rain, some thunder, and some gusty wind. To the north of us, though, snow and ice. That's going to be up in Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, even parts of Kentucky. You might have seen some chatter on social media about Memphis getting in on some of that snow and ice. That's not going to happen this weekend. For us here in Memphis, it's going to be all plain old rain. You can see on this particular model that snow is well off to our north in places like Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. They're going to be getting a lot of snow. We'll show you that forecast map here in just a little bit. But once the rain clears out Sunday night, this is now 10 o'clock Sunday night, the cold front passes through. So the rain will end in Memphis, and then the temperatures will drop. That's why we're not going to see any snow, because the rain is going to be gone by the time the temperatures actually drop in Memphis. Let's get a little closer to home, though. We'll walk this through hour by hour for what's happening here in the Mid-South. I'm going to start the clock Saturday at 6 p.m. So Saturday will be dry. It's going to be sunny and chilly on Saturday, but it will be dry. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s by the time the sun sets Sunday afternoon and evening. By Sunday morning, though, when you wake up, that's when the rain will be starting. We'll have showers starting before the sun comes up on Sunday. Notice your temperatures, though. They're all above freezing. 37 in Dyersburg, 41 in Memphis, 42 in Oxford, and that's at 2 a.m. Sunday. Temperatures will stay above freezing all day on Sunday. What's going to happen is through the day, we're going to have a warm front that lifts up to the north. So for some of us, temperatures will get to near 60. Other areas will stay a little cooler, but everybody will stay above freezing in the Mid-South on Sunday. Look at this. Here's that warm front starting to come up. By noon on Sunday, 64 in Clarksdale, but still 36 in Oxford. We'll be in the 50s in Memphis. Again, everybody's still above freezing. And then here comes that line of thunderstorms. This is what we're going to watch on Sunday afternoon and evening. Line of heavy thunderstorms, gusty wind, and heavy rain. Sunday afternoon, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, starting to cross the river into Memphis. Notice our wide spread of temperatures, 66 in Clarksdale, 35 in Dyersburg, 40s in Memphis. And then once that line passes through, that's when your temperatures will fall even more. I'd say by Sunday night, things look mostly dry. Now on the backside of this storm system, as the storm system exits, there could be a couple of flurries Sunday night or Monday morning. Very, very light flurry potential early Monday morning as you're waking up, just as that system kind of continues to move out. No accumulations, no impacts expected. But if you're up early enough on Monday, just as that cold air is starting to come in, there could be a flake or two flying around. Again, no accumulation expected. The bigger impact Monday will be that our temperatures fall 6 a.m. Monday. Again, maybe a flurry or two, but your temperatures will be in the mid to upper 20s, and they're going to continue to fall through the day on Monday. But again, we're watching that line of thunderstorms Sunday afternoon. I want to jump back to that because that line of storms Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening could really pack a punch. These are your storm threats. High wind gust, a good possibility with that line of storms. Heavy rain, also a good bet as that line of storms comes in. Again, this would be Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. So don't be surprised if you hear some loud thunder and some heavy rain. Actually, as we look at the rainfall totals, we're looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain across the Mid-South, maybe even a little more than that on Sunday. Again, this will be all rain. There's no snow expected to accumulate in Memphis. This will be all just a nasty rain on Sunday, but it could be some heavy rain again with 1 to 2 inches here in a couple of spots. Now watch what happens as we go ahead. As that front passes, your temperatures will plummet. This is your wind chill value. 60 degrees Sunday afternoon. As we go through the night, Sunday night into Monday morning, that blast of bitterly cold air comes in. And the wind chill Monday morning will be in the teens. It's going to feel like 14 degrees Monday morning in Memphis. It'll feel like 11 in Forest City, 13 in Dyersburg. Now, the one thing we might have to watch out for, although we are dealing with just plain old rain and maybe a flurry early Monday morning as the system clears out, these temperatures are going to be dropping pretty quickly. We're going to go from near 60 Sunday afternoon to wind chills in the teens Monday morning. And we're getting a lot of rain out of that system too. So there could be a couple of puddles on the roadways. And if there are puddles on the roadways, we could have a couple of patches of black ice early Monday morning. Now, I don't think that's going to be a huge concern because the rain is going to clear out and we're going to get a really strong northerly breeze. So that breeze is almost going to act like a blow dryer for the roads. It's going to dry out most of the roads, but if there are a couple of puddles that can hang around Monday morning, they could freeze into a couple of patches of black ice. And again, that's that ice that can be a little hard to see on the roadways as that water freezes. So I don't think the roads will be solid ice Monday morning by any stretch, but as you're going about your day Monday morning, just be aware there could be a patch or two of some black ice as those temperatures drop. I did want to show you your snowfall totals to the north, because areas to the north of Memphis are really going to get battered by a pretty heavy snowstorm. Again, this weekend, we do not expect any snow in Memphis. It's going to be all plain old rain, but off to our north, on the north side of that low pressure system, close to a foot of snow in a couple of spots in eastern Kansas, northern and central Missouri, and then over through Illinois and Indiana and Kentucky. So if you are traveling in that direction Sunday into Monday, it does look kind of nasty up there, even with some ice potential. But notice in Memphis, no snow. It's going to be all plain old rain. Now, once the rain exits Sunday, we're talking about the temperatures will drop. We're actually going to have several blasts of cold air that come in from Canada. So it's going to be kind of like a 1, 2, 3 punch of cold air. It's going to get cold Monday, and then it's going to stay cold all week and maybe even into the following week with just so much cold air kind of acting like a fire hose out of Canada. So look at these temperatures, 40s for the next couple of days. We get to 56 Sunday, and then a drop in the temperature next week. High temperatures could struggle to get above freezing as we look ahead to next week. And again, it looks like it's going to stay cold through next weekend and even into the following week. So through the middle of January, a nice cold stretch of weather coming up. So now's the time to prepare for that cold weather. Anytime you get temperatures that get below freezing and stay below freezing for a while, it can have an impact on you. Now's a great time to check your tire pressure, check your car battery, park in the garage if you can, so you don't have to deal with any of that frost on your windshield. But more importantly, I'd say as we look ahead to next week, with temperatures possibly being below freezing for several days, definitely want to drip your faucets next week, open up your cabinet doors, let some of that warm air get to your pipes, because the last thing you want to do is start off 2025 with a busted pipe. That's just a headache. Make sure you've got your hose bibs covered outside, those spigots outside. That little cover is about $1 at Lowe's or Home Depot. Make sure you get that and cover it up because it is going to get cold and stay cold next week. Now, if you follow any weather pages on social media, you might have seen a couple of rumors about a snow potential for the middle of the month. Honestly, there were some people expecting snow with this storm this weekend because there were a couple of random forecast model runs that predicted snow and ice for Memphis this weekend. So there's been some confusion, people thinking it's going to snow. We really don't base our forecast off of one model run. That's what you see on social media sometimes. Somebody will take one forecast model that shows 10 inches of snow for Memphis. They'll screenshot it and post it. And then 3 hours later, that model shows something completely different. But by then, that post has 10,000 shares on Facebook. So with our forecast at ABC24, we take it a little slower. We need to see several model runs of something before we put it in the forecast. I never saw that kind of consistency with a winter storm this weekend in Memphis. To me, it always looked like the snow was going to be well north of us. And that's what's happened. It's going to be all rain for us this weekend. But there are some more posts coming out now about the middle of the month. So let's talk about that and the extended outlook. This is for the middle of the month, January 9th through the 16th. Here's what's going to happen. I told you it's going to get cold and it's going to stay cold for a while. Temperatures at or below freezing. So all we would need is a storm track to come in the right direction to get us a chance of snow by the middle of the month because it's already going to be cold. All we need is a storm to come through. Now, what I've been looking at, I'm not seeing anything consistently that shows there will be a winter storm in Memphis through the middle of the month. I'm not seeing that right now. What I have seen is the latest model runs bringing the storm track further and further south. And what we need for snow, we need to be on the north side of the low pressure system. And that's your low pressure right here, that red L. To the south of low pressure, you're going to get rain. It's going to be warm. It's on the north side of the low pressure that you see the snow. So if we can get a low pressure to track south of Memphis in that time frame in the middle of the month when it's going to be cold, we do have that potential zone of some winter weather. Again, I'm not seeing anything concrete that says we have a winter storm on the way, but we're going to have to watch because with temperatures already that cold, all it's going to take is one storm system to come in. Again, that's through the middle of the month. This is an extended outlook for January 9th through the 16th. We're going to have to watch for a potential of some winter weather. Not to say it will happen, but there is at least a potential. If we can get a storm to follow that track down to our south, we could see some snowflakes by the middle of the month. Nothing right now that seems concrete. I'm not sold on that potential. If you see anybody on social media posting maps with forecast snow amounts 2 weeks in advance, don't believe that. I'm very hesitant on this kind of stuff because there's just no way to tell this far out. What we can say is it's going to be cold in the middle of the month. Who's to say if a storm will come along or not? It could be cold and sunny for 2 weeks. We'll just have to wait and see if we can get a storm in that direction. Could bring us a potential of a little bit of snow by the middle of the month. But right now, I'm not sold on it at all. We'll keep watching it. We'll see what happens. But I just want to kind of address that because it's going around on social media. I've had so many questions. Everywhere I go, people stop me and they're asking about these Facebook posts that they've seen about the snow. So I just want to kind of address it here so you have my thoughts. But again, this weekend, just to recap, what we're following is a big time system coming in. It's going to bring us rain and storms Sunday. No snow this weekend, but we are watching that system that's going to bring in that potential of some heavy rain and thunderstorms Sunday. One more look at the hour-by-hour radar. Rain starts Sunday morning. It continues most of the day Sunday. Temperatures will be starting off in the 40s. Eventually closer to 60 by the afternoon, so no snow this Sunday. But we are going to watch this line of thunderstorms that rolls in. It could be a little stronger. It could definitely create some loud thunder Sunday afternoon. These are your storm threats. Gusty winds, heavy rain, really the biggest concern. It's going to be a really quick line of storms, but kind of like what we saw last Saturday, this line of storms on Sunday could bring a quick round of some heavy rain and thunder throughout the day on Sunday. And then, of course, that big blast of cold air comes in after that. That's what we're going to be following. So if you are joining us live, thank you so much. It's coming up on 9 a.m. Friday. We appreciate you watching wherever you're watching from. But this is also going to be replayed through the day today and this weekend on ABC24 Plus. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much our own little channel that we have here at ABC24. You can watch it wherever you stream. Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, whatever you have, we're there. Just search ABC24, whatever app store you have. We're also on your phone, and you can watch live streaming content. Every newscast we have is live there. We also do live special coverage like this, where I could just kind of sit with you and talk for a couple of minutes about more in-depth what the weather is going to be like. And any kind of breaking news, breaking weather, we're always right there on ABC24 Plus. It's content that you can't get on TV. So ABC24 Plus, you get some really cool stuff. Again, Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, also right on your phone. On our ABC24 app, you can watch ABC24 Plus there. So as we come up on 9 o'clock, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Again, we're watching that weather this weekend. We're going to keep an eye on it. Meteorologist Corey Smith will be in this weekend, kind of keeping an eye on things. We'll watch that line of storm Sunday. Looks like some heavy rain and gusty wind, but the bigger story is the cold weather that's going to be on the way by next week. Hope you have a great Friday and a fantastic weekend. Keep an eye on the weather. Sunday looks pretty rainy. I'll be back with you Monday morning with the latest check of that chilly weather forecast that's coming up next week. Have a good weekend. I'll see you later.